and it just brought me to tears.
Only Access Hollywood has the whole story behind Elvis, a role that put Austin Butler in the hospital. How Tom Hanks came through when Austin needed the most.
I had a complete existential crisis when I finished the film.
You're expecting has entered the building. The new biopic just premiered to a 12-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival, and that's where we sat down with the man who plays the king, Austin Butler.
It was the most magical night of my life.
Tom Hanks, who plays Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, urging the camera over the film's star, Austin, who was all smiles, getting a hug from director Baz Luhrmann as the Cannes crowd cheered on and on.
I poured my heart and soul into it, and I was really nervous to feel the love coming off the audience at the end. And there were about 4 points in the film where people broke into applause, and it just brought me to tears in the movie. Seeing it for the first time, I was setting myself up for a teary night.
Austin had two special guests for his big night, his girlfriend Kaya Gerber and the real-life Priscilla Presley.
It's so moving to get to look into Priscilla's eyes and see what this movie has meant to her, and for her to say things like, if Elvis was here, what he would feel. And I mean, it's beyond words how that moves me.
Australian Olivia DeJonge plays the role of Priscilla.
Speechless, I think, and to share that moment with Priscilla was beautiful and incredibly heartwarming. It's such a relief. Let me tell you, the relief that I felt when she was happy with the film, happy with my performance, I was like, okay, I can sleep well now.
Over a 3-year period, Austin was able to embody the spirit of Elvis, but it took a mental and physical toll on him. The day after the film wrapped, he was rushed to the hospital, diagnosed with a virus that simulates appendicitis.
I spent a week in bed, then I had to fly straight to London, and I started filming something else. I couldn't fathom playing another role at the time, because I felt that I needed this decompression time. And I talked to Tom about it, I talked to Baz, and I really said, what do you do at the end? Because I had a complete existential crisis when I finished the film, because I didn't know what my life was anymore, you know? And Tom said, you know, I think it could be really healthy for you to just jump into something and have to explore and learn and do new things. And because I probably would have sunk into a pretty deep depression if I hadn't done anything.
Austin's next role in London had him attending military boot camp and wearing fatigues.
You go from being Elvis, he's the center of every room. He is this really magnetic figure, and then suddenly now I'm just one of a ton of guys in fatigues. And that's what Elvis went through when he went to the army. So it was another one of those wild parallels.
That's where he met Priscilla in the army too, because her dad was a major. Another wild parallel is the fact his mothers both died when they were 23. Oh, wow. Elvis is in theaters June 24th. And another transformation for Tom Hanks. Check him out as Geppetto in the upcoming live-action Pinocchio. That actually looks really cool. Scott Evans is joining me now. Huh? Range right there.
And this.